Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Angela, and today we're going to be spending an evening in Coppell, Texas. I have a bag of books to unhaul. None of these books are books that I dislike. I just felt like they would be a better fit for someone else, so I want them to find a new home, and that's why we're going to a few little free libraries today. We're also going to be exploring the town. It looks just like a barn. Wait, are the sides? The sides have little windows. It's so cute.
Would you follow me to wonders? Take my hand and walk beside me in a world of thunder. Fear is an imposter.
So it turns out that the last little free library that we visited is right next to a community garden, which is volunteer run, and all of the produce goes to families in need. So the overall area is just very cute and very sweet. And afterwards we drove out to the historic district of Coppell. This whole area around the little free library is really cute. Anchoring the main historic district is a farmer's market that's usually there on Saturday mornings. It's empty right now because it's Sunday. On one side you have a row of clapboard style houses, and these look so cute and southern. They're just really adorable. Each one is pastel colored, and it just makes the whole place feel a lot more cheerful. On the other side we have the Coppell Arts Center. It is glass and it has this very contemporary modern look, but there's also, I've seen these a few times around Dallas, but not in the suburbs outside of Dallas, but it has the giant chess pieces right outside that you can move and play chess with the larger knee-high chess pieces, which is so cute. Coppell is really close to the airport, so if you hear airplanes in the background, that's why. We are really close to the DFW airport right now. I always have the intention before we go to the DFW airport of grabbing a coffee from George's Coffee and Provisions, but I'm always the person who's really late to the airport, so this never happens, but I always have that intention because they have really good coffee here. It is so cute. This is one of the most aesthetic coffee shops that I've ever seen. They have lots of workplaces inside. Because it's closed today, I'm really sad that I can't pick up a Spencer special because that is my favorite thing on their menu. So the following books are going to be Finding a New Home. That is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. If you have watched any of my videos before, you know that I absolutely love Charles Dickens and he's one of my favorite authors, but I already have a copy of this and I thought that the cover for this one was really cute, and so I thought someone might have some enjoyment from it. So the next book that's also going to be finding a new home is David Chang's Eat a Peach. This is a memoir that follows Chang's journey to becoming one of the top restaurateurs. It's very motivational, it's very inspiring. I just don't think it's the kind of book that I'm going to find myself referring back to, and so for that reason I do think that someone else, maybe who runs a restaurant or who is in that business, would get way more use out of this book than I would, so that's why I'm giving it away. So the last book is one that you saw in a recent video, and that is The Joy of X by Stephen Strogatz. So this book shows how math connects to everyday aspects of life, and I feel like the models in here will be really helpful for visual learners, so I'm going to be dropping this into the little free library as well. But let us go check out the area and the library. The little free library in the historic district of Coppell, it was so cute. It said Coppell Farmers Market. I think 3 of the sides were glass, and the way that the shelving was done, it was so packed inside. There were so many books, so many options. I did not know which one to choose. Eventually I settled on 2 books, but first, we are currently in a parking lot right next to 151 Coffee. This is a local DFW coffee chain, and the menu item that I picked is one of their most popular menu items. Irish Sin? Yes. And that is the Irish Sin. This is a very smooth coffee that is infused with Irish cream, and it tastes so good. It definitely has a strong coffee aftertaste, and I'm kind of living for it. That's what I'm sipping on while I'm going to be talking about these books that I hauled. So the first book that I picked up is All Quiet on the Western Front. Back when I was in high school, I know that this was required reading for many students. It was never required reading in any of the classes that I took, but I thought it was really interesting, and it sounded really interesting from other students who had read it. I've always wanted to pick it up, but I've never actually seen a copy, and so this is my first time that I've noticed a copy and picked it up. This follows Paul Baumer, who is roughly 20 years old, and he enlists in the German army during World War I. It is supposed to be a very bleak description of those war times, but it's also supposed to be a brilliantly done historical fiction story. This is known as the greatest war novel of all time, so with that I am definitely going into it with high expectations. I know I shouldn't be having expectations when I'm reading books, but I can't help myself, and I'm very excited to read it because that tagline does come with a lot of heft and weight of things to live up to. But I know that this is supposed to be a really, really good book, and I know many people who have enjoyed it, so this is one that I'm very excited to pick up. The next book that I picked up is When a Crocodile Eats the Sun. This is Peter Godwin's memoir of his time living in Zimbabwe. I believe he grew up in Zimbabwe. He's a journalist and eventually became a correspondent for the Sunday Times and BBC TV, and he is a very well-known reporter. This is supposed to be his journey trying to understand certain resistance and change within Zimbabwe, and it's supposed to be a very well-done account of that. I don't expect it to be a completely holistic account of times in Zimbabwe, but it just offers one particular perspective, and it's no surprise that I absolutely love memoirs, and so this is another memoir that I'm really excited to read. It also has a secret that he's supposed to unravel, but when I read one of the Goodreads reviews for it, I kind of spoiled it for myself, but I am still excited to read it. I'm not reading this memoir for the suspense aspect of it. I definitely want to read it more to get a grasp of his reflections, and I think that perspective alone will be really interesting. So I'm also really excited to read this. We decided to stop by and try to find one more little free library. There's one in this giant park in the middle of Coppell. I didn't even know this existed. It is so stunning and so beautiful, and it is right next to the children's play area. This is this giant playground. I didn't end up filming it because there were so many kids there. I didn't want to be disrespectful and film them without their permission, but it was very cute, it was very colorful, and it definitely fit into the theme of the area. This was a very whimsical and lovely little playground that I'm sure all the kids enjoyed, and they seem to be really enjoying that library as well, which just made me so happy to see. There are kids like actively opening the door for the library and seeing what books were inside, so that was very sweet. This park was stunning. There was a lake, there were these lovely gazebos, and it was huge. I felt like I didn't even cover a fourth of the park. We walked so much. I just really, really enjoyed it. I'm really glad we ended up making a stop there, and now it's like getting close to sunset. So we are now at the Coppell Library. We are about to take a walk near a lake area. So the back of the library, all of the windows face a lake, and there's another lake that's walking distance nearby, and that's part of the neighborhood lake area. So I used to spend a lot of days at this particular library writing, and I would always try and get a seat by the window so that way I could look at all the birds swimming in the water, and I could just have that like nice, calm, placid feeling, and it was really nice. That is the last thing we're going to be doing today. By the way, I don't live in Coppell. I live about 30 minutes from here, but it is a suburb I really do enjoy visiting. It's getting kind of late. The sun is starting to set, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. Let me know if you would like to see any more suburbs around Texas, and we can explore and hunt for more little free libraries together. I think that would be really fun. I would really enjoy filming that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!